belt. It's a high drive to right. Blackman back, or make that Tapia out of here. Hammered out into right center field. Is anybody there? No. 2 runs are going to score. Longoria, with one swing of the bat, has tied this game up.
What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel. And I got to talk about the World Series. The matchup is set. The Los Angeles Dodgers, just, 30 minutes, an hour ago? I don't know. I watched the game at a friend's house, came over here to do the post game. The Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the New York Mets by the score of 10-4, if I'm not mistaken, and we'll be moving on to the World Series to take on the Yankees, who did defeat the Guardians. This was my World Series predictions in my playoff prediction video. Dodgers, Yankees. It's actually happening for the first time since 1981, and it's going to be exciting. But I do want to talk about this game, which was pretty much a domination from a pure dominating game from the side of the Dodgers, although the Mets showed a lot of fight, and they really tried. They came back and top. I mean, they didn't really come back, but they made comeback efforts. They kept scoring runs, but they just could not do anything about this Dodgers offense. But that Yankees offense is also stacked. Oh my goodness, it's going to be a crazy World Series. Corona Accounting Solutions simply says, just saying. I didn't see what you said before the just saying. I might have missed it. Yankees champs. I'd like to see Judge win a ring. Oh, hell yes. And I'm working on a video, the current active players without a ring, the best ones. And I'm like, well, I better wait till after the World Series because some guys are fixing to win a ring. And I don't know if it's going to be Dodgers players or Yankees players. Now, Dodgers players, all these players did win a ring back in 2020. But that don't count. Angel, go Yankees from a Giants fan, even though it feels weird rooting for them since they have a Rodon and Judge. Let's go Dodgers, win for the West Coast. No, oh my goodness. Dodgers are garbage. Basura. Forever gigante. I need to grab a pinstripe, have readiness for this year. Oh, I'll be rooting hard. You know what? I promise you, if I wasn't a Giants fan, I'd still root for the Yankees just because of this celebration thing the Dodgers do. Can't do it. Can't do it. Cannot do it. Even if I was a player on that team, I would refuse to do it. Daniel Barry, Sports Highlights, and the Cali Okie Connection. Member. We have members and Corona Accounting Solutions member. Thank you for the memberships, and thank you for that $19.99 super chat. But this was there were 2 different series. In the American League, the ALCS was a very close match, very tight games, extremely dramatic. Whereas in the NLCS, just blowout after blowout. Sometimes the Dodgers would blow out the Mets. Sometimes the Mets would blow out the Dodgers. But this game today had the first lead change in the entire series, which is insane. So it's been a crazy series. Yanks in 4. We will preview the World Series, and I'll give my prediction. Well, actually, I already have given my prediction, so let's just not even beat around the bush. Yankees winning it all in 2024. And that was, you can say that's biased because I'm a Giants fan, but remember, I picked the Dodgers to be in the World Series preseason. So I already have had the Dodgers in the World Series, and I picked the Yankees in the World Series after the season. So I did before the season. I picked Orioles, Dodgers, and after the season, I picked Yankees, Dodgers. What do you honestly think the chances are of the Buster landing Soto in the offseason? Oh, about the same as me hooking up with Taylor Swift. So that's about the odds. But it's possible. I go with Taylor Swift. So break down this one today, though. In other words, Jason, honestly, not good. Not good. Not good. And it's not that I don't have faith in Buster. But remember, the ownership's got to approve whatever contract he wants to give out. And who's Soto's agent? Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't it Boris? I could be wrong on that. But if it is, they're going to want the moon. They're going to want the freaking moon. And I just don't know if the Giants ownership will even let Posey give out the contract that's required to get him. So when we're talking $500 million, I don't see it. I don't see it, but I'll hope for it. Players don't seem to want to sign here, so I don't think it's going to happen. In this game today, the Mets actually took the lead in the first inning. I believe it was a Pete Alonso hit, 1-0 at that time. The Dodgers came roaring back right away. Ohtani base hit, Teoscar Hernandez base hit, Tommy Edman with the double, making it 2-1. And at that point, I was a little worried, and then I got really worried when Tommy Edman hit a home run to make it 4-1 over the left field wall. Max Muncy then walked, and it was Will Smith with the shot to center, 6-1, really creating some space. And at that point in time, it was pretty much a wrap for the Mets. They fought back. They got a 2-run shot from Vientos, making it 3-6, but then another hit from Ohtani, making it 7-3. And they got a sac fly or something to get another run. But before you know it, the Dodgers strike again. Mookie Betts with an RBI double, 8-4, sac fly from Teoscar, 9-4, base hit, was it Kike Hernandez, 10-4. The Mets were able to get just one single run in the bottom of the ninth, at the top of the ninth, but it was too little too late, and they lose the game. Was it 10-4, 10-5, the final score? Wins wasn't enough. Tommy Edman, that's a Stanford guy, right? The turnover is so quick in college baseball. Sometimes I forget who we had, but I'm a Stanford fan. I think that Tommy Edman was a Stanford Cardinal, unless I'm confusing him with someone else. But yeah, with Buster in the front office, okay, Soto is a dream. But realistically, who can we get? There's also word of trading Yaz. Trade Mike Yastrzemski to be traded?
What did you say?
But it's possible. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. Look, I mean, Soto's going to sign somewhere. If I had to guess, he goes back to New York. There was talk the Giants were going to get there was talk Giants were going to get Stanton back a long time ago. I can't remember. I think that's when he left Miami, or either that or there was one off season where we were supposed to get Stanton. There was one off season we were supposed to get Bryce Harper. And there was one off season we were supposed to get Judge. He went back to the Yankees. Yankees tend to keep their dudes. Not always. Not always. And honestly, it's usually career Yankees like Soto. For someone like I apologize, like Judge, I meant. Career Yankees like Judge. Soto has been around, been to a couple different teams before he went to the Yankees. So he may not re-sign with the Yankees. He may feel that maybe he wants to be the man. I'm not sure if he has that attitude. He may want to be the man, so he may go somewhere else so he can kind of be the standout, especially if the Yankees win the World Series. If the Yankees win the World Series, I actually think there's a bigger chance he'll leave. If the Yankees don't win, they might want to run it back and try again. Tommy was very impressive. Wins wasn't enough. Nope. A SD native. There he is. It's William Henry. I want to give a big shout out. Congratulations to you. And by the way, you know what? I haven't even said this. We hit 40K on the channel. We hit 40,000 subscribers. So I want to thank you all for your support. We hit 40K. I didn't make a video or anything, but 40K happened. So that's cool. No matter what happens to the Dodgers in the World Series, I'm just grateful that Shohei Ohtani is going to his first World Series game and making it there. Go Dodgers. And congratulations, William Henry. Wait, Johnny Cage. I didn't bring my glasses with me. Did I bring my glasses? I don't have my glasses because it looks like it says Web to LA, but I know it can't possibly say that, so I'm not sure what that says. We got a two spot that the Dodgers are Pee-Wee. Pee-Wee, you mean Pee-Wee Reese, okay? But yeah, no. Dodgers are really good. but we can't even lie. We can't even pretend that they're not. But thank you for that $2 super chat. I don't see Yankees paying Soto more than what they pay Judge. Yankees Dodgers World Series is not the 70s. I thought we had evolved past this shit. Jello B. Arthur. And yeah, the last one was in 81. Dusty Baker was with the Dodgers at that time. I think Ron Say, all those classic guys from that time. The Yankees still had some really good players at that time. That was kind of the end of that era. But yeah, it's a nice throwback World Series. And for most of these, pretty much, I don't think any of these players were even alive in 1981. But yeah, it's not all about the bling bling. Not at all. That was the 81. Yeah, 81. Dodgers won it in 6. They lost the first 2 games. The Yankees thought they had it, and then the Dodgers won the next 4 games, 3 at home, and then they won that last one at Yankee Stadium, or I think that's how it went. Not that I was watching it at that time, but I've watched it on replay, VHS tapes. Daniel, what's up? Eric is the homie. I do appreciate it. Thank you for being here. Do you think the Giants should bring the 1989 or 1960s throwback jerseys for a couple games in the future? You know, those 80s jerseys with a little more bubbly look, they never wear those. Hell yes, bring them back. Why not? 60s definitely, but those 80s jerseys, they never bring those back. They changed them, and maybe it was for a long time it was too soon to bring those back. But I think at this point, I think we're ready to check those out again. Mad Mike, what's going on? Hey, Humm Mets fan here. Can't help but be proud of my favorite team. Just sucks to have it in like this. Would like a rematch. I was rooting for the Mets. Player of the game today, I don't even know. Probably I got to give it to Tommy Edman. Great hitter. That home run, obviously. Manaea was going to Manaea. Manaea is a guy who has good games and bad. We've been through it in San Francisco with Manaea. I remember the beginning of that season, Manaea, we was pure trash. We were just ready to go ahead and get rid of him and Stripling. But Manaea came around. Stripling never came around. They look like 80s, but we might be ready. I'm not saying do it like a whole lot. Can we have an 80s day? Play some 80s music, have 80s stuff around the park, and wear the 80s uniforms. Do you know that park would sell the F out? Because fans of the 80s are still young and, relatively we're not like dying off or anything. So, people in their 40s and 50s and 60s who were, in their prime in the 80s, we're going to be at that game. We would be at that game. Giants promoters, 80s day. It is not that hard to think of some cool promotions. We're sitting there doing 30s day. Who from the 30s is going to the game? They're not going to the game. They're unfortunately are not here, or they're just not very healthy at this point in time. 80s, we're there. Man, I like the throwback. I like the old school day, the throwback days, but let's throw back to the 80s once in a while. At least not in our current form. The 2025 team will be the one to bring down LA and expose them for the frightened children they truly are. And Mad Mike, they do dance around like children. You know what? And the thing about the thing, it is really bad. But do they got to do it every time they reach base? Okay, it's one thing in the playoffs. Regular season, random game in July, single in the 3rd inning, they're doing the dance. Like, really? Wow. But I want to thank you guys for being here. I just wanted to recap this series. It's been fun. The NLCS was crazy. The ALCS was really dramatic. Every time. What do you think about that, Johnny Cage? I mean, it's cringe enough. They must know it's cringe. They all seem to do it with total joy. They are on board. Pain. What's that, Yoda? Suffering. Pain. Suffering, I feel. Pain. Liam. Jim. Would have been so boring to me if it was Mets versus Yankees. Thank you. We did have Mets Yankees, 2000? Wasn't that the year that Mike Piazza broke his bat and then Roger Clemens fired it back at him? Freaking psycho. Dude, Roger Clemens, all due respect, Oh, you crazy mofo. Figures for the simple minds. Grow up. We'll be back. Yeah, the Subway World Series. I mean, yeah, it's been since 2000. It's been 24. It's hard to believe it's been 24 years since the Subway Series. The travel is nice for the players, but this one's going to be crazy. This one's going to be a fun one. This one's going to be must-watch TV. I predict the Yankees do win it in 6 games. It was Roids by Clemens, Roid Rage. Yeah, like literally, if you haven't seen that highlight, Mike Piazza batting literally broke his bat. This is like probably the craziest moment in baseball history other than Randy Johnson killing the bird. He breaks his bat, so the bat kind of rolls over, ends up at home plate. I mean, on the pitching mound. Roger Clemens takes the sharp, pointy weapon of deadly piece of the bat and fires it back at Piazza. Holy crap. What the heck is this? It's magenta. Oh my gosh. Corona Accounting Solutions. $49.99. I might be coming down with something. I apologize. I might have to sign off in a second, but thank you so much for that $49.99. Okay, I'm gonna do it. Giants trade for either Jackson Holiday or Bo Bichette this offseason. We will not sign Soto, but sorry. We will make a big trade, especially all the outfield talent we have. Thank you so much for that. That is incredibly generous. That helps out a ton. We've been a little slow on the videos lately, so I do appreciate it very, very much. And I would love to get Jackson Holiday or Bo Bichette. Jackson Holiday, I don't think the Orioles are going to trade him. Their number 1 overall pick. He did struggle in the big leagues. He did better when he got called back up. I think they're going to give him a little more time, but that would be amazing. And his brother, Ethan Holiday, that's a beast right there. The whole Holiday family, obviously, is just baseball machines. Tanner Scott will leave the bum of Rogers and side with LA. Very could be. It's going to be a crazy offseason, y'all. So I got to go. I'm starting to not feel well all of a sudden. I guess no Giants GM search news. Why are you in the car? Everyone's got to be somewhere at every point in time. We have to be somewhere. Where are you? And why the hell are you there where you are right now? Why are you there? But to answer the question, I watched the game at a friend's house, and I did not feel like driving all the way home because quite a ways to do the post game. So I thought I would just do it in the car because I don't have anywhere else to do it. Don't have anywhere else to do it. This is the most location where I can talk loud and put on a good show. I don't like to talk loud in front of other people. You see the people at Walmart, you ever go to Walmart, they're on their phone talking loud as hell. Like, we get all the details in their life. Like, look, I appreciate you making me a part of your life and giving me all this inside info on your family and your situation. But honestly, you can just go ahead and keep that private. It's all good. But that's not me. I'm at Walmart like, hello? Or Walgreens, yeah. People like to talk on that phone loud. Liam, we will be back and we will have revenge, Mad Mike. You know what? If they're underdogs, it must be barely William Henry because they got a stacked team. The only reason they would be underdogs is because their pitching has got so many injuries and your rotation's a little banged up, but the guys you're throwing out there have got it done to this point, and anyone could win this World Series. I know the Dodgers are underdogs in this World Series. I hope they can pull through and win it all. Job not finished. I want to say Job. Would have been reading the Bible or something. Job not finished yet. Let's get those 4 more wins. Best of luck to you, William Henry. And if you guys win it all, no one can say shit anymore. We can't say Mickey Mouse ring. We can't say that. I don't say that personally, but I will sometimes say COVID trophy just being funny. Honestly, that was a true World Series because you did have to beat a lot of teams and go through those playoffs. But this will be a no doubt 100% true World Series if you win it all. Anyone rooting for the Dodgers need to be banned from the channel. The W. Kovac, we can't do that. Everyone's welcome here. Everyone's welcome here. Dodgers fans and Yankees fans and all fans of baseball. But I do feel your anger a little bit because I'm a Giants fan, and our instinct is, we got to go against our instinct, and we got to be civil up in here. But excuse me, William Henry is one of the longtime supporters of the channel, and always welcome here. But thank you guys so much. Raiders in shambles. What happened today? You know who I got on my fantasy team? Tyreek Hill. He didn't do jack shit today. Tommy Edman has been incredible this postseason. Well-deserved NLCS MVP runner-up, Mr. October himself, Kike Hernandez. Absolutely. What a job. And to have guys like that, like Tommy Edman and Kike, and just support pieces who can come up with huge hits, while you already know the rest of your guys are going to come through. You already know your MVPs and your Freddie Freemans and your Mookie Betts of the world, and your obviously Shohei Ohtani's are going to do what they do. When you have pieces like Tommy Edman, Kike, etc., and Max Muncy, I mean, yeah, unstoppable. This series is going to have huge ratings. You know who's happy? Rob Manfred. Rob Manfred's happy. I do got to check on my fantasy. I don't know if I won or lost, but AM Echo must be sleeping. He must be sleeping. But I got to blow my nose. It's going to be nasty, so I'm going to get out of here so you don't have to witness that. But I appreciate all the support. Thank you so much for being here. We'll be back live. I don't know when. Maybe do post games for the World Series. I told you I would do post game shows during the playoffs, and here I am doing it. I can't do it for every game because I need a little bit of break after that season. 162 post games, but I want to thank you guys for the support. Corona Accounting Solutions, $49.99. Also, there was another super chat from Tommy Hugsley. 2 amazing super chats from Jason Corona and a beautiful $2 from Tommy Hugsley. It helps out so very much. Thank you again, everyone. Have a wonderful evening. I got the Yankees in 6, Micah, and I'll be rooting for the Yankees. Have a great day. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button, and we will talk to you in the next stream. Thank you again. And this was for you. I know you're a fan of the Craig Kimbrell super chat. For those super chats today, Jason and Tommy, thank you so much. Here it is. Have a great one.
No, don't ask me all these stupid ass questions. No. And God, all these stupid ass questions every night. Find the I hit Brett for Miller. Miller started the game, damn fool. I'm tired of all these ass questions every night.